Hi everyone, it's Lisa, and today we're going to make a paper flower. You're going to need 2 sheets of paper that are square. So I'm starting off with rectangular printer paper, and I'm going to fold it into a diagonal first, and I'm only going to use the square section. I'll be cutting off the extra. Now I'm going to fold it the other diagonal way, and now I'll trim off the extra paper. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other sheet. Diagonally one way, then the other, and trim. Alright, so now I have 2 sheets of paper folded into fourths, and I'm going to fold them one more time so that the diagonals are touching. Alright, now to make the flower, I'm going to hold my thumb over the folded section, and I'm going to cut an arc starting at the points and heading down towards the fold. So you can see here that the fold is on the left and the open sections are on the curve. I'm going to do the same thing with the other sheet. I'm going to fold it one more diagonal time, and I'm going to trace over this. So with the folds all on the left top, I'm just going to trace over. So the left-hand side of this is all folds. My fingers are touching the folded section. And now I'm going to cut the open section and towards the top fold. Alright, so now I have 2 same sections. Now I'm going to unfold this just to show you how it works. Alright, so now I'm going to cut, keeping the folds in my hand, I'm going to cut parallel to the curve shape once, down towards the point, and again. I'm not cutting all the way through, I'm just cutting down towards the point and stopping while I still have the paper connected. Again, here's the fold, the folded section across the top and in my hands, and I'm cutting along the curve parallel to my original cut. And one last time, same thing. This is all the cutting that I have to do. So now I can unfold my petals. So I'm going to have 4 of these yellow petals. Open them up. And I'm going to have 4 of the orangey peach colored petals. Alright, so I'm going to work with these so that they're staggered over top of each other, with the points of the peach one sticking out between the points of the yellow. Now, putting a bit of glue in the center, I'm going to pull the middle section of each petal into the middle and glue it down. I'm going to continue until all 4 are done. So there are 3 sections in each petal, and I'm just taking the middle one and pulling it up, putting a little bit of glue in between each till I get all 4 glued in. They're overlapping each other a bit there on top. Okay, now I'm going to glue this one to my yellow, and I'm going to keep it staggered. You can see that it's right in the middle and that these points are falling in between the yellow. So this is the tricky part. We're going to take the same middle section and we're going to bring it up and tuck it in to with all those other glued sections, but you're going to have to crimp it a little bit underneath and press it beneath the lower level layers of pink. You see it might gather up a bit. So here I'll show you again. I'm going to hold down on the middle bottom, and I'm going to pinch them together, and my fingers underneath are kind of folding it and pressing it down so that these can stay closer together. They have to be a bit tight into each other in order to fit between the pink petals. I don't know what color to call this, if it's pink or peach. So you might have to fuss with it a bit. It's not, this is the hardest part really. and then just tape it down once you get these going. And I'm using tape on this just because it's a little easier to tape these ones, because they need to really be fidgety between these other bottom ones. Okay, and one more, same thing, folding it up. Underneath, I'm just kind of pinching and then pressing down to make a little fold, just to get those petals a bit tighter in. And then I'm making the point go in. And once you have it taped and secured, it's easy to adjust these outer sections. You can pull it together and lay the other ones flat down, and they just will take a shape that's comfortable for them to sit around these other pink ones. And this is the last one. Great. So you could stop here, or you could make a center for the flower using scraps that you had from cutting off the petal sections. So I'm just going to cut a little circle here that's a bit bumpy, and I'm going to glue it in the middle. And then I'm going to do the same thing with some pink. And this one I'm going to cut some little fringes around the edge as well, so that will puff up a bit in the middle. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me make this paper flower today, and I hope you have made one too. You can make them any color, you can make them smaller. You have smaller squares of paper. You can make them larger if you have really large paper. You can even make them out of newspaper or magazines. That would be kind of interesting. So if you make some flowers, you could post them on Instagram and tag me in it so I can see them too. Or you could join me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page as well. If you check the description of the video, you can find me all sorts of ways. So please comment and like and subscribe, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.